So this is about the time that my best friend spread a rumor that I had an orgy with 15 girls. So in my freshman year of high school, I became friends with this girl that we can call Sarah. I started to get red flags immediately after we became friends. After people started to notice that we were hanging out, I got so many DMs on Instagram telling me to watch out for her. Anyways, I didn't believe them and I continued to be friends with her for a while. But then she got really jealous once I started to talk to this guy. I turned him down, so I thought that she would calm down too, but she did not. I could really feel that something was off. The next time we hung out together, she hid her phone around me. I knew that this was really weird because 1, it had never happened before, and 2, just like, why? Is something gonna pop up that you don't want me to see? I also went over to her house to hang out and I noticed that her parents were whispering a lot and kind of looking at me funny. But again, I just brushed it off until I got a DM from an old friend from elementary school. She stated that Rachel told many people that I had had an orgy with over 15 girls. So this is when I decided to get revenge. Storytime part 2 of when my best friend spread a rumor that I had an orgy with 15 other girls. So once my old friend from elementary school hit me up and let her know that she was spreading this rumor, I finally believed what people had said before. Soon after this, I found out she kept a journal about me. Kind of like a burn book, but just for me. She wrote every detail about my life in it. It included things like arguments that I had with my family, and also every single person that I had added on Snapchat was listed there. So to get revenge, I sat down to make a TikTok. The purpose of it was to call her out and clear my name, so that everyone knew that what she was saying was a lie, and so that they could know how actually crazy she was. This TikTok ended up being removed almost instantly, yet little did I know she had screen recorded it and sent it over to the principal. Less than a week later, her and her boyfriend were doing the nasty in the parking lot of the school, so I decided to respond by taking a video of it and anonymously sending it to our principal. Sarah ended up getting expelled and I got away with a detention. It was honestly kind of worth it. Follow for more story times and my Instagram's linked below. So this is about the time that I almost got arrested for sneaking into an abandoned hospital. So about an hour away from where I live, there's this abandoned hospital, and me and 3 other friends had went there previously to do a little photo shoot, but it wasn't until another night that we decided that there was still spots that we hadn't explored in there yet. So we picked up another friend and we stopped by a store and we grabbed some flashlights and drove an hour out to the abandoned house. Pretty much the entire area surrounding the hospital is abandoned too. So there's a bunch of broken down neighborhood houses, a school, a gym, a church, all just eerily gone. So we pulled into the parking lot and got out and got all of our stuff ready to explore. And this time we were able to check out the entire thing. Here's a picture of what it looks like during the day. So you can only imagine what this looked like at night. And the whole time we felt like we were being watched. During this, 2 very intoxicated men show up and they asked if they could join us with our exploring. They were kind of cute, so we said yes. But that's when we saw flashing lights from outside the building. The cops showed up and blocked the entrance, so we knew we were gonna have to make an escape. Stay tuned for part 2 and follow me on Instagram. Storytime part 2. I almost got arrested after sneaking into an abandoned hospital. As soon as we realized the cops showed up, we tried to make it to the center of the building. 2 of my friends and I were somehow able to make it across the entire hospital and find a back entrance where we were able to hide out for a little bit. We started to work our way around the building to try to get to our car in the front, but as we did that, a cop started walking by, so we had to hide and duck in the grass and trees. We had to get across the street and go through another patch of dirt in order to get back to my car. But the thing is, 2 of my other friends were still inside, with the intoxicated boys. They ended up falling through a hole in the floor and falling down on top of each other in a pile of broken glass and parts of the building. This was like the bottom basement. Somehow they were still able to make it out of there by using the stairs that were completely messed up. By the time that they had gotten out, the cops had went to another part of the broken down town. So as we were approaching the car, they were running out of the building. We all hop into the car and catch up on what happened. The 2 girls from inside the building had really bad glass injuries, so we immediately went to the gas station to get first aid. Follow me on my Instagram, link below, and DM me if you have a story. So this is about the time that my toxic best friend tried to sleep with my dad. To provide just a little bit of backstory, we'll call this friend Jordan. And I met her over this past summer and it turned out we both had kids around the same age. So of course, wanting my kid to have a little bit of interaction, we decided to do play dates together. Our kids started hanging out so much that we got really, really close. And I honestly considered her to be really trustworthy, so I decided to invite her to this family cookout. And that's when things really hit the fan. From a distance, I saw herself introducing herself to my dad, giving herself a little hair flip and blatantly flirting. I would like to add that Jordan has been happily married for years. So watching this flirting get worse, I decided to confront both of them. I was like, yo, I do not approve of you hooking up with my dad. He's 20 years older than you and you are married. She was like, okay, and I thought it was left at that. So months go by and I have her over to help me take pictures for OnlyFans. I was doing like a little promotion thing and she offered to hop in the pictures with me, which I thought was totally cool. But then her husband comes home to surprise her, and then I kid you not, he looks over her shoulder and sees her sending them to my dad. Like for part 2. Storytime part 2 to my toxic friend trying to sleep with my dad. So after Jordan's husband came home and saw that she was sending my dad the OnlyFans pictures we took, he turned around and got upset with me and accused me of trying to set them up. He told me to get out of the house, but then followed me trying to confront me at the same time. I called my dad soon after to get his point of view from the story, and he said that she just willingly sent him. He never asked for any of them. At least that's just what he claims. And now it's been almost 2 months of this battle, and I've barely been able to speak to my own dad. She has tried multiple times to become my friend again, and I decided to even test her to see if that was possible by giving her some information that was not true to see if she'd tell my dad. My dad knew almost immediately. It's kind of a bummer because her husband was a really cool guy, but I no longer want someone like this in my life. Follow me on Instagram for more content, and if you have a story that you would like to share, DM me. So today I'm going to see if I can pull off the e-girl aesthetic, and we're going to see if my boyfriend can pull it off too. So here are some inspo pictures that we're going to be using. Here's another. Gorgeous. I don't have faith in this. So first we're going to start with the makeup, and Maven Beauty's eyeshadow and eyeliner is going to be helping us out. So my makeup is done now. Time to do Jeremy's.
Oh my god.
He doesn't appreciate the lip plumper that he has on now.
Stinging.
I feel like he's now the definition of I want to be feminine and the way the boys are.
Zendaya, watch out.
So now we're going to do our hair and we'll be back.
This is the move.
Now we're going to change into new clothes. You guys ready to see the whole outfit? What do you think? I really like the messy eyeliner and the glitter with the chain. Yes. So we're going to do a little photo shoot now. I feel like they take a lot of these pictures as like mirror selfies. Okay, why do I feel like these low-key actually look really good? I just posted them on my Instagram. I'll link it below. So come follow and tell me what aesthetic you want us to try next.
I have called you all here because you are the most conniving group of scammers and schemers that I know. And Serena, you're my best friend.
Thanks for clarifying. I still don't understand why Georgina's here.
You can't have an evil cabal without the Queen of Khan, and frankly, I should have been given more notice.
You lost your royal status when I took your phone a cotillion.
Phone stealing? Seriously? That's the training bra of treachery.
Enough! If I wanted infighting, I would have called my minions. Now, I need her here. I need you all here to use your dastardly skills to take down Bart Bass.
Yeah, but last time we did that, Nate ended up in jail.
Do you want to go back to being the goat? Or lend your impersonation prowess to my plan? Now, I want you all to get Bart talking and record him on your phones. We'll merge your master manipulations, your wanton disregard for authority, and your brilliance at playing dumb. Bart Bass may be able to fool the FBI, but he has never had to face off against Blair Waldorf and her bitches.
This story time is a warning to please be cautious if you ever speak to someone over the internet. So when I was 14 and still in high school, my local area was going through a weird stage where someone was trying to contact a lot of the 14-year-olds and see if they wanted to join an escort agency. This was done over Facebook, and of course most of the girls just ignored these messages. However, my friends and I thought it'd be funny if we ended up messaging this person back. Obviously bad idea. We weren't serious about meeting up with this person, we really just thought it was a big joke. However, once I was by myself, I continued to message this person. They kept commenting on how beautiful I was and said that I was like a sister to them. I was obviously very impressionable at 14 years old and was wanting all the attention I could get. So I continued to message the person on the other side of the phone for the next couple of weeks, not realizing that I was being groomed. After the next couple of weeks, I was sitting in class and I got an extremely panicked message from my mom saying that I need to come home immediately and that she needs my phone. I guess a family friend of ours had told her about the messages and had also seen a lot of the escort advertisements. So my mom read through the messages, quickly called the police, and the conclusion was to block the account and be more careful next time. I thought it was case closed, but I was wrong. Stay tuned for part 2 and follow me on Instagram. Storytime part 2 on how I was groomed over the internet at the age of 14. So after the police took several statements from my mom and I was told to block the account and just be more cautious, I thought everything was done. But 3 years later, I was sitting with my friends when I got a phone call. The police had contacted me saying that my statement had come up again in another case. This is when they let me know that it wasn't an escort agency at all. It was a man who was sitting by his computer and messaging young girls to come meet him. He had been doing this to hundreds of girls for the past 15 years. The next couple years of my life were filled with police interviews and statements, waiting for actions for me and his other victims. The guy had a trial but pleaded not guilty, which meant that we all had to go to court. The court date was set, but obviously the coronavirus became a huge issue, and it was set to be moved to another date, which I was very thankful about because I was 7 months pregnant with my daughter, and just overall fearful of what would happen. So this guy had a warrant out for his arrest, and he didn't show up for his plea bargain, so he was put out as a missing person, which we were all notified of, but that scared me to death. However, we ended up getting a phone call recently saying that they found the man and he had taken his own life. And that's how everything ended. I hope everyone stays safe, and if you have a story you'd like to share, follow me on Instagram and DM me. So I just got my hair dyed and I really need makeup to match this pink. I'm gonna be using these makeup looks as inspo. Here we go. So I'm starting with this marshmallow primer and it literally smells so good. Mix it in with my foundation and I put it on like so. And make sure your concealer goes upwards like this. Take your powder for on top. And I'm going to use this gold color from the Maven Beauty palette as my highlight. And then add some pink glitter drops if you have them. I'm going to use this gold now and cover my eyelid with it. This is going to seem so weird, but I'm actually going to go over my highlight with my blush. I've been really digging it lately. Get some hot pink and an angled brush. Just start to go out like so. Keep moving it outwards and try to make it sharper. You can always clean it up with a Q-tip later until you get something like this. Just gonna blend this out a bit. I'll take whatever chunky glitter you have and just pat it in. The stars are so cute. Okay, I'm gonna finish with my lashes and brows and I'll be back. Well, what do we think? I just want to party, but I can't. My Insta's linked below.